Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Jacqueline and thank you so much for joining me on my jungle story. Today will actually be the first ever video that I post on YouTube. I'm excited, but I'm also nervous, but I've been wanting to do this for a very long time, so I'm just getting into it and I'm just going to go with the flow, be me, and share my love for plants. Today I'm going to be doing a video that I figured is kind of the perfect video to introduce myself and my collection to you guys, and that is a house plant tour. I'm going to be bringing you around, showing you my setup, my plants, but bear in mind, I do change things around a lot. I actually currently have a lot of plants sitting on my kitchen island that I need to repot and give them a permanent spot. I still need to do that. But yeah, I'm forever moving plants around, and I know that is not the best thing to do, but that's just the type of plant parent that I am. I'm still trying to figure out the works of this house and lighting and what's the best spot for each plant. I'm still also working with the problem of space. It's not very big down here, so I am just trying to utilize every single nook and cranny, but that does involve me moving a lot of plants. But I do feel like I will eventually get to the place where, okay, this plant's home, maybe not forever home, because it never is forever, I guess, with plants. But yeah, so that's what we're going to be doing today. Let's get started. Okay, before we get started, I figured I would tell you how I got into plants. I really started getting into tropical plants round about the beginning of 2022, I would say. I remember I bought my first IKEA greenhouse cabinet in February of 2021. Yeah, I think it was, no, 2022. Shortly after that, I think it was like a couple of weeks after that, I went to my first plant pop-up sale, and that's where I really got into what were considered more of the rare plants then. I remember I bought a painted lady, I bought a couple of, I think it was a couple of variegated plants as well. I don't even remember. I remember some of them, but I do remember buying quite a couple of plants, and I've been hooked ever since. I have two completely different greenhouse cabinets now. I used to have the rootster from IKEA, and now I have two Milsbows. I found that the rootster doesn't really keep humidity as well. Like, you have to weatherproof it a little bit more than you do with the Milsbow. That's just what I've experienced. But yeah, I really got into plants. I was going through a really hard time then. I was pregnant with my son, Mateo. And I think I was just about entering my second trimester, and I was going through a really hard time. I was also off work for 2 months. Yeah, just a lot of stuff was happening, and I really was going through a tough time mentally. And I figured, you know what? I need to find something that I'm passionate about. I never really had a hobby before that. I've always been someone who's very creative, and I love being busy with my hands. And like before, I used to make cards, very creative things. And I never really had a hobby though. And I never really had something that I was truly, truly passionate about. And be right back. Okay, I forgot what I was saying.
1 hour later.
Oh yeah, hobby. Yeah, I never really had a hobby, something that I was passionate about. And I've always been into plants. Maybe then I was a little bit more into plants outside, and that was because of my boyfriend Mitch. He's very much into outdoor plants. But yeah, I had like the basic plants. Like I had you know, like the typical plants that they have in the IKEA, like a palm and a monstera and just like the really basic type. I never used to appreciate them the way that I appreciate them now. Now, I think I spend more time staring at my plants than I do watching TV. Or when I do watch TV, I watch planty content. And that's basically what I do in my free time and what keeps me busy and what keeps me happy. And yeah, so I got that greenhouse cabinet. I did a lot of like research about the type of, I think it was 2021 where people started posting more about these cabinets. And it was in 22 that I got one. And I did a lot of research on like what type of plants people were putting in there, like the humidity levels that you needed. And that's when I started stumbling across all of these, like the anthuriums and the climbing philodendrons and everything. And yeah, I got hooked. I went on a crazy plant binge. The amount of plants that I was buying was just insane. And I can safely say I got myself into a plant burnout pretty quickly. I got way too many plants. It's not very big down here, so space is limited and everything was on top of each other. And then I was pregnant and we had to get the house sorted for the baby. So everything was just kind of hectic. And I ended up getting into pest problems and just, yeah, it was plants were dying because I forgot them or I didn't see them because another plant was in front of them. And it just kind of, it was one thing after the other. And I eventually, I think it was after my son was born, I got into plants again, just appreciating them a little bit more than I was before. I think before it was more because it was a hype and I just wanted all of these different plants. But now I really appreciate them. And yeah, I just enjoy them so much. And that's kind of how I got into plants, was while I was pregnant, and it kind of just stuck with me. It was something that just made me feel good and brings me joy. And there's just so many different plants out there and it fascinates me every single day. And I also love the fact that you can have, like, for example, my mother has a lot of the same plants that I have, but it's just so interesting to like watch her plants grow and then have the same plants grow here. It's like different environments. It's different ways of growing. And also every single plant is different. It's not because you have two anthurium silver blushes and they look exactly the same or they grow exactly the same. Like Mitch has one and I have one, and Mitch's one, I've noticed that he's got like more silver on his. And yeah, it's really fascinating to see how plants grow, how they evolve, especially when you get baby little plants and you watch them grow. I love doing it. I've definitely, these past couple of months, since I've given birth to my second child, my daughter Maya, that I just appreciate getting baby plants and watching them grow. Don't get me wrong, I've bought plants and I've looked at them a day later and I've thought, why did I buy that plant? Why? You just get into this rhythm when you're in like a plant store, when you're online and you're like, oh, no, online is not as bad because then I spend more time thinking about what I'm buying. But when you're in a garden center, that is dangerous. That is really dangerous. And you just end up coming home with plants that you didn't really want or weren't really like in your list of plants that you want. You know what I mean? Of course you know what I mean. You're a plant parent. We've all experienced it. We've all experienced going to a garden center and buying plants that we just don't need, or don't have room for. But there's always room for plants. There's always room for more plants. You make room, okay? You get rid of some ornament or whatever. I don't have any ornamental decorations in my house. No, that's a lie. I have those IKEA cactus things. I have those, but they're like tucked in between the plants, so they look like they're part of the jungle. But if I do have any ornaments, then it's plant related, 100%. So yeah, I'm gonna take you around and I'm going to show you my collection. This is my beautiful Strelitzia Nicolai, which has been a bit of a journey. She's finally giving me a beautiful big leaf, but the last leaf that she gave me was this one, and it's just not, yeah. It is, it's the slightly very, like these 3 different stems, like technically 3 different plants in there. And this one actually had variegation on the leaf, which is the reason why I bought it, because it was not marked as a variegated one, but I saw it at work. I work in a garden center, and so yeah, I was able to see this before it was even out on the tables, and I had to get it. And you can see like a little bit of variegation in it, but yeah, it's just not. It also came out really weirdly. I had to kind of force it open with a warm cloth. But yeah, she's giving me, she keeps on doing this. Like, this is the newest leaf, and it's also doing that. Because I first thought it was because she wasn't getting enough like indirect light. She was getting too much sunlight because she was in a corner where that got a lot of sun. So I moved it over here, and there's a window right behind me, so she is getting enough light, but I don't know why she's doing it. Maybe she's adjusting to being in that pot because she was in a teeny tiny little pot. So I don't know. But yeah, I still love her. She's giving me a beautiful new leaf, and hopefully she will be doing better from now on. Okay, over here we have my Monstera acuminata. This is quite a recent purchase. I think I got this at the beginning of December. And yeah, I really wanted just the normal Monstera adansonii. I used to have one in my collection, but I got rid of it because the cuttings just kept on rotting on me. And I saw this, and it's like the adansonii, but the what is it called when they do that? The fenestrations, yeah, that's it. The fenestrations are just like slightly different, and it's got like a bit of a different texture. I don't know, I just thought it really caught my eye. Okay, over here we have my Monstera dubia. Also bought this the same time I bought that one. I bought it on Facebook Market, and it was just a small little cutting. Since that cutting, it's given me these 3 new leaves. So yeah, it's doing really well. I'm really happy with the way that it's growing. And how cute is this little clip? Ideally, I don't really want them on here because I know because of the way that the Monstera dubia grows, it could kind of get in the way and damage the leaves. But at the moment, it's just keeping it attached to the pole. Okay, over here, so this is my ZZ Raven. What's left of it. I bought this again on Facebook Market, and it just arrived broken. It had so many broken stems. Those are basically these were all broken off. So yeah, I'm trying to revive it. I'm also trying to do leaf cuttings over here, and I actually need to top that up. But yeah, just apparently roots can also come out of there, so they leaf cuttings and stem cuttings. I'm going to see how they do. And I actually also have over here, this is kind of our propagation corner next to the washing machine and everything. We're renovating our house, so don't judge. Our house looks a mess, but it's a work in progress. But I have over here those 2 pots there. Those are also 2 ZZ Ravens, and those were the bulbs or whatever they're called. And yeah, I do see, I don't know if you're going to be able to see, but there's some shooting me. It's doing something. It's doing something. Yeah, I've been wanting a ZZ Raven for so long. And oh, and I also have some more leaf cuttings there. And actually, funny enough, last week went to a garden center, and they had like a table full of them. It took every living ounce in my body to not bring one, because I already have one. I just have to have some patience. And yeah, it took everything in me. Over here we have my Hoya croniana Eskimo. I think that's the way that you say it, croniana, I'm not sure. Also a really small cutting that I got over a year ago actually now. So she went for a phase of dropping a bunch of leaves, like there's a lot of bare stem over here, but she's doing a lot better. Yeah, she's giving me like insane aerial roots. But yeah, she's doing okay. This is, I think, a Hoya cornosa silver. I bought this plant in a garden center on like the mini plant table, and it didn't have a label, so I'm not 100% sure, but I think from what I've looked up, it's the cornosa silver. So yeah, she's really pretty. Really, I had to get this as soon as I saw it. Okay, over here we have also what's left over of my Schinapsis silverian. I actually want to try and put this on a moss pole because she just wasn't doing very well for me as a trailing plant, and I don't know, I think she's shooting everywhere since I put her in this water actually. But yeah, I really want to try and put her on a moss pole. Over here, this is a, oh, how do you say it? Is a peyote cactus, I think that's the way that you say it. Yeah, I've been wanting one of these for so long, and I finally found one, and I think it's so cute. This has already grown a lot since I bought it, so it's obviously happy. So yeah, I think she's really cute. Over here we have my black velvet, which is kind of doing weird things. I don't know why she keeps on doing this. Maybe it's because she has been bashed around a couple of times. Like, she's moved places a lot. Because when I got her, she was getting like, she's still sort of doing it. She's still very leggy. But this is the newest leaf and it looks pretty good. But yeah, she's in pon as well. And she's quite happy in pon. Actually have a look at the roots. Look at that. Yeah, she's very happy in pon. And I actually also haven't had her for so long, to be honest. I used to have one for years and I got rid of it because of the way that it was growing, and it was in the middle of a plant burnout that I was going through, and she just wasn't doing it for me, and I regretted it as soon as I actually gave birth to my daughter, because then all of a sudden hormones kicked in and I went on a plant binge again. It's funny how what hormones can do for you. This is, oh wow, how do you say this name? Diefenbachia, I think. Is that the way that you say it? Reflector, that's the one that this is. It's also giving me new growth. Yeah, she's doing amazingly. She's very, very, very happy in this spot. And over here we have my Philodendron Majestic. I got this the same time I got the Dubia and the Acuminata. And yeah, this is the newest leaf that she's giving me. It still needs to be like hardened off, but I mean, that's stunning. It's absolutely stunning. I'm so happy I got this plant. It's so pretty, very pretty. And I can't really see any rooting yet in this, but it seems to be happy. It's given me a new leaf since I gotten it. That leaf it wasn't even any sight of a new leaf when I bought it, so yeah. Okay, this little propagation cupboard is, well, it's not really a propagation cupboard because I keep all of my jewel orchids to one side, and the other side is then all water propagations. Because I had them on my windowsill. I had them over here on my windowsill, and it's just way too cold there. As you can see, I have to put two things underneath those two planters because it's just way too cold and plants don't grow on there at all. So I got this little cabinet from IKEA, which I thought was perfect for propagations. And yeah, my jewel orchids also need like a little bit more care and attention, so I figured that this would be the perfect place. I have a Lowii, I think it's called. I have a Microtus petola, and then I have, I think this one is called Moonstone, but yeah, it's got beautiful leaves, but it's just, I had it in a terrarium and it was not doing very well at all. So I'm trying, she's been like that for quite a couple of months now. And my newest jewel orchid is that one. Am I gonna try and pronounce the name? Shall I try and pronounce the name? I'm just gonna say like the name that it's mostly known for. It's mostly known for the Roxburghii. I think that's the way that you say it. But yeah, she's stunning, and that's a new leaf since it's been in my care. Then I have my Epipremnum Cebu Blue, which I completely cut up. It just was not doing well at all. I have a Epipremnum Hope cutting, which I actually accidentally fell off. I bumped against it and it fell off, and it is actually rooting for me. I don't know if you can see there. Oh yeah, you can. It's rooting for me, so it's doing really well. My Mandula cuttings, and then my poor Synchronium elbow cuttings. I used to have a full plant of my elbow, but yeah, she kept on doing that with the browning and the crusting. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to see how she does. Okay, and next to my dressoir, I have a Sansevieria. God, how do you say this one? This is a Sansevieria zeylanica. I think that's the way that you say it. By the way, do not judge me for naming plants. I will name them the way that I think you've got to name them, but there's probably loads of different ways of saying it. But anyway, that doesn't matter. This is just the way that I say the names. I will put all the names on screen as well, just to be clear of what it is. Okay, moving on. Hello, Lexi. Actually, I'm gonna carry on this side. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see properly, but I'll start over here. So over here I have what looks like nothing. These were two absolutely stunning plants. So I have my Philodendron Plaumanii, which gave me a new leaf right there, actually, but I had to pull it off because the leaf, before it even unfurled, was completely rotten. But I basically chopped this plant up. This is what's left over of the plants, and I have like the rest, like they were really long, they were taking up this whole trough. But all the leaves fell off, and they had this really sticky residue on them. I think it's called EFN, I'm not 100% sure, but it was just really bugging me. So I put them upstairs and I forgot about them, and all the leaves just died off. So this is me attempting to, yeah, revive them, but it is doing something. Like this was not there at all when I potted them up. And my McDowell is shooting from 2 different areas. Look at that. It's doing really well. It's obviously very happy in this spot, and it doesn't feel like I put these what are these called, trays? Yeah, trays underneath here just for the cold, and it's actually really good. I don't feel any cold because this is freezing. So yeah. Okay, over here I have, oh, I don't know if you'll be able to see properly. Oh, there you go. Okay, this is my Scindapsus exotica. This was also a 1-leaf cutting that I bought probably about half a year ago, and it's just exploded since then. It grows so incredibly fast for me. I've always had it in a window. This is I think this is a north-facing window, or is it west? I'm not actually sure. I know that our front window is southwest facing. So this doesn't get any sun whatsoever, but obviously a lot of indirect light. And yeah, it's just really, really happy. It's giving me loads of new growth. There's some new growth there. And over here, it's just, yeah, everywhere it's giving me a new leaf. Next to that, we have my Peperomia Hope, which also was basically dormant for a good year. Actually, it didn't do anything for me, and now all of a sudden it is popping out all of these new leaves. It's going insane. Even the part, this is where I snapped the other half, but yeah, look at that. And the only thing that I've done different with this plant is actually give it more water, because I didn't think that this plant needed a lot of water, but it's obviously appreciates more water. I think it might be the soil that I have it in, because it is in a very, very dense soil mix. But yeah, it's really happy. It's doing great. Okay, over here we have my philodendron Billy. Lighting is absolutely awful. But she's also, oh God, she's come such a far way. She was also a really small plant, but she's giving me this new leaf, and look at that. Oh, it's huge. This is the latest leaf. Look, that's pretty big. Yeah, she's really happy. Okay, over here we have my attempt of starting over with the Monstera deliciosa. I used to have an absolutely humongous Monstera, and I made the mistake of getting rid of it while I was pregnant. Yeah, I don't know why I did that. I really don't. I wanted to actually chop it up, and then I started chopping it up, and then I felt so overwhelmed by this plant that I just threw it all away. Honestly, any mothers out there or future mothers, do not get rid of plants while you are pregnant, because I regret it so much. This plant was huge. It was stunning. It was absolutely stunning. I actually have a picture of it on Instagram, and I posted a picture of it, and I even wrote there, like, do as I say, not as I do. Just don't get rid of plants when you're going through hormonal and body changes and everything. It's just, yeah, leads to regret. Okay, over here I have my beautiful, oh, she's so stunning. This is a Anthurium crystallinum hybrid. I do not know with what it's hybridized. I bought it in a garden center, and it just said hybrid. It didn't say what it was hybridized with, because Mitch also actually has one, and you'll see in a minute, but to me it looks different. Let me know what you think. I'll show you just now, but it just looks different to me. Like, mine looks so much more wider, and just the veining is a little bit less than what Mitch has. And unfortunately, the newest leaf is damaged. It did have a leaf coming out when I bought it, and obviously the acclimation of nursery to garden center to my house, yeah, it just didn't do very well. But it's going to be a beautiful leaf. It's already so big, and it's still sizing up. It's so beautiful. Okay, over here we have my Schefflera. God, ignore that. That's just our attempt of keeping the cold out, because this is a very old house that we bought that we're renovating, and yeah, cold air comes through here, so this actually works, funny enough. This is my Schefflera Melanie. I actually bought this plant just for the name, because one of my sister's names is Melanie, and I just had to get it, you know. Now she just needs to get an alocasia Jacqueline, so we both have a plant with the same, with our names. But yeah, this is also actually one of the more recent plants that I bought, and it's just, I think it's so pretty. It's so underrated. It grows like crazy, and I just think it's so pretty. So pretty. Okay, over here we have my Aglaonema Greyhound. is looking beautiful. This plant just doesn't stop. She just goes. It's constantly giving me new leaves. It just, yeah, it doesn't stop. It's just so, and it seems to be really happy in the spot. It doesn't like, there's no light on this side, and this can be kind of a really, really dark corner actually. Now it seems really bright, but it's actually not. It's just because the sun is out at the moment, but when it's like gray and rainy and, well, not even raining, but just overcast, it doesn't really get a lot of light. Over here I have my aloe vitro. I actually have two of these. One was a rescue plant, but this one is one that I just had to get because I just thought it was perfection. This one is I'm gonna be naughty and look at the tag. A aloe gustaria. One of the gustarias. I don't know specifically which one that it is, but yeah. I just thought it was a really cute combination. I'm having my go again on aloes. I kind of gave up on them because they just weren't doing it for me, but I really want to try again and see how I go. Okay, over here we have a blue fern. This is actually a plant that I was kind of like, why did we get it? But Mitch really wanted to have a go at this. I'm actually gonna get up on the couch so you can see better. But yeah, Mitch really wanted to have a go at this. I used to have one and it just died on me. I don't know what I was doing wrong. I don't find this to be one of the easiest plants, but it is really pretty. I mean, it is really, really pretty. Up here we have, my Epipremnum marble queen, which is very long. She just goes on and on and on and on and on. But yeah, she's also really happy out there. I've actually recently moved it into this corner. She used to be in another corner because in every single corner in our living room we have one of these. These are, I think it's the eco pots. I'm not specifically know the name, but yeah, it's one of the eco pots that you can hang up on the wall. It's got like a wall mount. And yeah, she's really happy over there. Over here, this has become one of my new favorites. This is the Schinapsis tattoo. Well, it was sold to me as a tattoo. I'm not 100% sure if it is. I do sometimes feel like plants that you buy on Facebook Market, I'm always a bit wary of the name. But yeah, she's so stunning. I've cut this plant up so many times. I have so many propagations of this plant, and I had to cut it off here because the leaves were, the leaves were doing this. But since then, I mean, it's shooting over here, so it seems to be quite happy. But yeah, she's stunning. I love her. Okay, over here, see if the lighting's okay. Over here we have my Amanima key lime. I think it's a key lime. It didn't have a tag when I bought it. Yeah, this plant didn't have a tag when I bought it. So what I could find from it is that it's a key lime. I think it's a key lime. Anywho, it doesn't matter. Names are names anyway, but I just thought it was so pretty. It's got such beautiful, beautiful leaves. Okay, I have a Houseplants. I think that's the way that you say it. I don't know which variety that it is, but I've had this plant. This was one of the plants that I had when I wasn't really into plants. Well, I was into plants, but not like the way that I am now. Now I really see it as a collection and, you know, they're my babies. But yeah, I've had this plant for so long and it's still in my collection. So I'm pretty proud of that. And it used to be tiny and it's already actually giving me a baby over there. Yeah, it's really happy. This is my Sansevieria, I think it's Fernwood. Yeah, she really needs to be potted up, but she's giving me this new growth. She's doing amazing. She's really happy. Over here, oh, look at that beautiful sunshine. We have a Hoya Kerry. I'm actually attempting to try and get this one to grow a stem for me, just anything, but I don't think it's gonna work. I don't know. I know there is a chance, but it's like 1 in a million, and it's just not doing anything, but it's still really cute. Little heart. This is my Kalankui tomentosa, and yeah, I also bought this as a teeny tiny little baby, and I don't know if you can see. Can you see any roots? Oh yeah, you can. Yeah, it's doing really well. It's giving, like, this is, I think it was about this small when I got it. It's giving me loads of new growth, so it's obviously very happy. Okay, this little beauty is something very new for me. I'm not really into euphorbias, but I just saw this and I thought it was so cute. This is a euphorbia, is it mammalurus? I'll put the name on screen. I'm not 100% sure how to pronounce it, but yeah, I'll put the name on screen. I thought it was so pretty, and it's giving me a little bit of new growth. Like, that's all new since I've gotten it, so it's doing something exciting. Okay, over here we have one of those planters again. This is my Epipremnum neon, and she's going crazy. I'm thinking about actually starting this plant over because she's just not, yeah, she's not happy. She's not happy. Every single leaf has this browning on it, and I know it's because I severely underwatered this plant. So yeah, it sucks, but yeah, I'm gonna have to start over with her. But she's still, I mean, it's still a beautiful piece in the corner. Okay, this is my Epipremnum green marble. It's supposed to be a green marble. Is there actually a leaf where you might be able to see it a little bit? You could sort of see it there. Yeah, I was kind of disappointed when I actually, there you go. That's actually quite a new leaf. Yeah, I just think the variegation on the green marble is so pretty, and I really wanted one. And I couldn't find one for the longest time, and then I did. And I was a bit disappointed when I got it, but it looks pretty, I mean, it looks healthy and everything, and I was still happy, and it's giving me new growth and everything. You can see at the back there. But yeah, I just hope she gives me some variegation, some beautiful marbly leaves, because I love my marble queen, so I really want a green marble. This is my Hoya chrysalis, and yeah, she's long, she's beautiful, she's so easy going. Okay, someone is at my door. Okay, carrying on over here. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it properly with the lighting. This is my Hoya australis Lisa. I completely chopped this plant up to start over, and it's not, I mean, look, it's not, I don't know, I mean, it's really dusty. It's not really giving me any new growth. I don't know. Is she giving me new growth? I don't see anything happening. Yeah, I love this Hoya, but she's a bit of a drama queen. I don't know what she wants. I really don't. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what she does. Okay, over here we have my Sansevieria moonshine. Moonshine? Yeah, it's moonshine. She is large and in charge. So beautiful. Giving me lots of new growth. Like, this is amazing. And funny enough, it's been giving me more growth since I've been giving it more water. Because I used to go like a month and a half with not watering. I mean, this plant was probably about here when I bought it. So yeah, like this is a new leaf. Like, these two are the newest ones. And yeah, I've just been giving her more water, and she's just really been appreciating it. She's really happy. So it's definitely not true what they say about Sansevieria, that they don't need a lot of water, but when I give this one water, I drown her. and she's obviously really happy with it. Over here, we have our poor little oxalis. I mean, yeah. She used to be so full, but then again, she was outside and we neglected her outside. And then we brought her back inside, and there is, like, she's giving us amazing new growth. But yeah, she just needs to fill out a bit. She needs to pick up a bit. Over here we have my Alocasia aslanii. I think that's the way that you say it. Well, actually I say my, but this entire, actually get out, but this entire corner is actually, like, including the cupboard, everything that you see in this corner is actually all Mitch's. Mitch has also this last year really been getting into houseplants. I love it because it just, yeah, I mean, it does mean I have to give up, you know, space, but the plants that he has, I actually find myself sitting there and staring at his cabinet more than I do at my own. So yeah, but I mean, I love the fact that we're both really into plants and that he's gotten more into houseplants. I think that's really, it's been really fun, like, connecting on that level and having that to share. But anyway, this is a Alocasia aslanii. Also, this is actually, we've had this for a week now. It's not 100%, it's very wobbly. We've transferred it into pon, but it is giving new growth. So it is obviously happy, it's doing something. Okay, over here we have the Alocasia, I think it's called the Dragon Moon. Is it Dragon Moon? It's the Mellow and the Silver Dragon hybrid. And I've just noticed that it's got those weird markings, which means we're going to have to check out those roots. That usually means there's rotting happening. What a bummer. But it is giving me a new leaf. It's happy. Over here we have the Alocasia Regal Shield, also giving new leaf. This plant, I also have one in my cabinet. My one is actually slightly bigger. I did purchase it before Mitch did, but we really want a big, like a massive Regal Shield, so that's what we have to kind of just make it even more possible. Not that there's any excuses to have a plant, of course there's not. Over here we have the Sansevieria Metallica, also actually a recent purchase. Wow, how many times have I said that already in this video? But I just thought it was so pretty. The white striping and I don't know, it just really caught my eye, and I thought it's so pretty. Over here we have a Alocasia Brydeck, which is not happy. Also recently transferred to pon. Very wobbly, giving us a new leaf, but it's just not. We have a couple of Frydecks in our collection, so we do have kind of a safety net, but it's just not happy. I don't know, we'll see. It'll bounce back eventually. And over here, okay, this is what I was talking about. This is what I have to show you. Does that not look different? It looks different to my one. I feel like the leaves are slightly longer and there's just way more veination. So I think this might be a different type of hybrid. I think mine, I'm just guessing here, but I think mine is crossed with a Magnificum because the leaves on that one are huge. But I'm not really sure with this one. Maybe this is crossed with, I don't know. I really don't know. And this is its newest leaf. Wow, trying to get to this leaf. Also a little bit damaged again. It just, also the way that this leaf is growing and just the way that it looks, I don't know, it looks different to mine. There's something different about it. I can't put my finger on it, but there's something different. And over here we have a rescue plant. This is actually from where Mitch works. He also works in a garden center. And yeah, they were gonna get rid of this plant and he wanted to rescue it. It's a philodendron birkin. But yeah, it is, I mean, there's growth there. It's doing something. But yeah. Oh, and there as well. That might be a lost cause. Not sure. Okay, up here we have the philodendron micans. I can't really see very well. But yeah, just look at that. So pretty. Got so much growth happening. I'm really wanting a big full one that's like trailing down here. But yeah. Oh, you can see the brackets that we... These were brackets from the Mother Life. Yeah, these are the Mother Life brackets or something, and we actually had a light on here, but we quickly realized that when you walk in the door into the living room, the light was shining into your face, and I know you can turn it, but we couldn't turn it enough. So yeah, those brackets are currently living there, but it's fine. It happens. Up there we have a philodendron markins, also giving like a lot of new growth. I don't know if you can see properly. Yeah, it's giving a lot of new growth and it seems to be quite happy up there. It's got quite big leaves already. But yeah, she's quite happy up there. Over here on top of our humidifier we have the philodendron 69686. There's a new leaf. And you just saw that. Wow. Just wow. I think this plant is so stunning. It looks like it's got bunny ears. It's so cute. Yeah, love this plant. Love this plant. Okay, we have, this is Mitch's Adansonia. I don't have one anymore, but yeah, we wanted to give this plant a try. So it's a little baby. And this is the newest leaf actually, since it's been in our care. And yeah, seems to be quite happy. It's actually, I think, has it rooted in there yet? No. Oh no, that's right. I saw it in the pot when I was giving it water. That it was really well rooted, and it was in a tiny pot. So, and I think I bought it about 2 months ago. So it's doing well. Okay, over here we have, let me just move this leaf over. This is the Glorious, Philodendron Glorious. I don't know why it's doing this. We thought maybe because of pests, but we can't find anything on them. So I don't know why it's doing this. But yeah, it was a little baby when we got it. I think it was like this leaf when we got it. And it is in semi-hydro and on a moss pole. Over here, oh, just look at that leaf. It's beautiful. The splendid, beautiful splendid. Love this plant. I stare at this plant like maybe 10 times a day. I just think it's so beautiful. It's rooting so well. It amazes me. It really does. This is the Philodendron Dragon Tail. I can't wait until the leaves mature on this one. I think it's just going to be so pretty. Over here we have a little baby Cupria, which is pushing out a new leaf. I don't know why it's drooping like this actually. It's got something to do with lighting maybe? I don't know. We have a couple of Cuprias actually. Mitch really wanted a couple of... No, Mitch had a really nice one and I killed it. I'm gonna be honest, I killed it. I overwatered it and it rotted. And yeah, so he wanted another baby. This is the Silver Sword, which we need to do some... We need to give this plant some TLC because that indicates rotting. And I'm pretty sure it's because the mix that it's in is, I don't know if you can see, but the mix that it's in is quite dense. It needs more bark in there. Yeah, that was one of the mixes that I made that just, yeah, didn't have enough bark or perlite in it. And this plant is suffering for it, unfortunately, which is really sad because it's doing so well. We're gonna have to have a look at that one. Over here is Mitch's baby. This is a Warocquanum. Is that the way that you say it? This was a little seed that he bought. And it's got a beautiful, beautiful leaf there. Oh, I can't wait to see this one grow. This is also one that I look at probably about 10 times a day. But this survived 2 plant burnouts and weeks of no water, and it still survived. So now it's just getting some extra care with this setup. Okay, over here we have the Peperomia Red Luna. This is kind of an experiment, but I just think the leaves are so cute. So cute. An asparagus fern, also a little baby, giving some new growth there. This is not even, wait, I'm gonna try and pronounce that. Genura Purple Passion, yeah. Also really, really pretty leaves. Really pretty leaves. Okay, I'm gonna do the cabinet. I'm gonna do the 2 cabinets last actually, because they're a mouthful. They're a lot. Over here I have my pest treatment. Over here I have another aloe vitro. This was actually a rescue plant. Well, when I bought it, it wasn't a rescue plant, but look at those roots. It's doing really well, really well. These are all new growth, so it's obviously happy. This is a Pelea peperoides, is that the way you say it? Mojito. Yeah, really pretty. It's got really cute splashy variegation. Over here we have the beautiful Prince of Orange. Oh, that new leaf is so stunning. So stunning. Over here we have, I'm not going to attempt to say the first part of this name because I know I'm not going to do it. But I know it's a Burl Moxii. And I'm attempting to do it in pon, because in the past, these plants have not liked me. Well, not liked me, I've not given it what it needs, basically. So I'm attempting something new with pon, and I've had it for quite a while now, actually. Maybe a couple of, no, actually I haven't, oh my word. No, I've had it for about 2 months, actually. Yeah, she seems to be happy. She does her nightly dance every day, so yeah, she seems to be happy. And Lexi. No. You sleep. Oh, she's sleeping. Oh, I don't want to wake her up. Where is it? Okay, well, I'm talking the whole time anyway, so she's obviously not waking up. Okay, this is my Alocasia Mellow, which has finally given me a new leaf. When I bought this plant, it was so full, so beautiful, and it's just been problems after problems with this plant. I don't know, this is my second mellow that I've had. And look, it's doing this again. Why is it doing this? I'm thinking that maybe pon is not the right thing for a mellow. I don't know. I thought all of my Alocasias absolutely love pon, but this one just doesn't. She's being a drama queen. I don't know what her issue is. I'm gonna have to have a look at her roots. Over here, this, again, not gonna pronounce the name, but it is a Pachyphytum. Is that the right way? I just thought it was so cute. It's something that, it just looks very different to everything else that I have. It's giving me new growth, like, it's giving me quite, this is, you know, broken off because my son also really likes it. He was sharing his love. But yeah, really, really cute. This is my cabinet. This is the Millsbow Tall. I'm gonna do the ones up here first, actually. So this is my Spathiphyllum Diamond. Oh yeah, I got her as a teeny tiny little baby, and I've not even had her for that long. I think I've had her for a year, and I got her as a really small baby. I think it had like 3 leaves, and she pops out leaves on a weekly basis, to be honest. yeah, she really, like, she loves that spot. I don't know what it is, but she loves it. I do have I have an absolutely massive window behind me, so she obviously is loving it. Over here we have my, oh, what is this called? This is my Hoya Polyneura. I'm actually gonna bring it down because you can't really see it very well. This was also a teeny tiny little cutting. And I don't know, she's not really, it's got like some variegation on it as well. This was a cutting on Facebook Market. And I have noticed that a lot of the leaves do have a little bit of, like, is that variegation? I don't even know actually. But she's not really, she's a very slow grower. Very. I mean, the cutting only had 3 leaves, so I guess I can't really complain, to be honest. And over here, we have another one of the wall mount pots. This is a Hoya. It also didn't have a label, this plant, so I had to guess. Well, I did a little bit of research. I think it's a Hoya Carnosa Splash because it does have a little bit of like splash variegation on it. But this one just, I used to have this on hanging from my bed. I have one of those IKEA beds with like like a canopy sort of thing. It's not like it's not a canopy bed, but it's got one of these really high, tall bars, and it was hanging from there, and she wasn't doing anything, but she also wasn't getting enough light. And since I've moved her in here, she's loving life. She's grown so much, and she's just really easy. She forgives me when I forget to water her. She really does, but yeah, she's stunning. She's really, really pretty. Okay, so that is all the plants kind of around and about. Actually, I think I'm going to quickly show you the plants that I have upstairs. I think there's only 3 upstairs. Okay, so in my son's room, I have 1 plant, and that is this beauty. This is the Epipremnum Enjoy. She is very big. She doesn't get the best lighting because she is like, there's windows behind me, but it's just not, it's not ideal for this plant. I would preferably have her downstairs as well, just because, I mean, she's so pretty. I would love to have her downstairs, but yeah, that is the only plant in my son's room that I have. And then, I'm not sure if you're gonna be able to see very well, but this is just like a little room going up into the attic, but I have my old roadster there, which I haven't decided with what I'm going to do yet, but yeah, she's living there. This is the Alocasia portadora. She is up here because she's quarantining because she has spider mites. What a surprise. Oh, all the damage. Yeah, she's not, this is the newest leaf. It looks okay actually, but she is a magnet for spider mites. It's not even funny anymore. Up here we have our very sad oxalis, which desperately needs water. This is what happens when plants are upstairs. They just get forgotten. You actually need to feel into the soil. Oh yeah, she is bone dry. She needs some watering. She's the more fuller one, but she's in a giant pot, so it's kind of hard to give her a spot downstairs. But yeah, I'm gonna give her a water after this. But yeah, she really likes it. Yeah, she gets a lot of sun. And then down here we have 3 frangipanis, which don't look like anything, but these actually live outside, and we bring them in the winter. And they are reshooting, so they're getting ready for spring, and they are quite big considering that these were all grown from seeds. Pretty proud of that. but they're so stunning. The flowers on these are just absolutely gorgeous. But yeah, that's all the plants that I have upstairs. Why are you giving me the look? This is Lexi, everyone. I don't think I've introduced her or anything. No, of course I haven't introduced her, no. This is Lexi. Yo. The big girl, hey? You're the big girl. Okay, I think I'm going to stop there because I feel like this video is going to be really, really long. And I still have to go through my 2 cabinets. And yeah, I think that's... Okay, Lexi, calm down. I think that's going to take a while anyway. And I don't want to rush through them either because some of our favorite plants are in the 2 cabinets. So yeah, I'm going to make that my second video, which will be coming up shortly after this video. My plan is to post at least once a week. I'm going to try twice, but I'm not really sure how that's going to work out. But I'm definitely going to try. It's definitely going to be once a week that I'm going to be posting a video. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. If you made it to the end, I really, really appreciate it. If you like this type of content, please subscribe to my channel. I would love that. I'm really excited to start this journey and yeah, really get going. And you just want to be in frame, don't you? You just farted. You proud of that? Oh, and it's really stinky. Okay. Thank you for watching. Give it a like if you liked it. If you like this type of content, subscribe, all that jazz. Yeah, what else did I want to say? Oh yeah, leave a comment down below. Leave a nice comment. If you guys have any questions, please leave them down below. I would love to interact with all of you crazy plant parents. And yeah, I will see you in my next video, which will be the tour of the 2 cabinets. Bye. Say bye. No one's at the door. It's okay, no one's leaving. Are we having a moment? We're having a moment. Bye.